Let's move on to our second main topic today. Chris, what is our second main topic today?
This question comes from Terrence Gillespie. Greetings and salutations, everyone. I just saw that Disney Plus is planning on doing week-to-week releases of their episodes instead of dropping a whole season at the same time. Since a lot of audiences have grown accustomed to getting their seasons all at once, do you think people will respond well to this? Is this Disney Plus's first major mistake? How do you feel about this and how it affects binge culture?
I've actually been saying for a while now that I think, the way I like to watch the new TV shows is I'm a binger. I am. I kind of dig it in one sense, although there's an opposite side of the coin here that I'll get to in a second. But in one sense, I really kind of like it when an entire season drops and I can just watch them all right now. There's something very fun about that, and that's kind of honestly, my preferred way of consuming television shows. That being said, I have said for a while that I believe the smarter way to do it, if you're a network, is by releasing week to week, because that keeps the conversation going. And the longer the conversation goes and the longer your show is the topic of the water cooler, the greater the chances that more and more people will start hopping on that train. We use this as an example. Stranger Things season 3 was great, and nobody was talking about it 2 weeks after Stranger Things season 3 came out. Nobody was talking about it anymore because everybody had seen it. It's done. It's now in the rearview mirror. We're under a traditional release format. The first episode had dropped, everybody be talking about it. Then a full week later, another episode drops and everybody's talking about it again. Step and repeat, step and repeat, step and repeat. Chernobyl. I loved the idea of Chernobyl when I first saw the trailers. But it was the week after week after week that for weeks everybody was gawking about Chernobyl that I was like, okay, I can't waste any more time. I got to jump on this thing. Because it could have slid under my radar if it had just dropped all in 1 week, everybody talked about it for a week, and then it was gone. I think studies have shown that your shows will gain more traction and get more word of mouth buzz and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, in light of that discussion, one of the big topics of conversation has been, what is Disney Plus going to do when it comes to their series? Are they going to go the Netflix route and drop them all at once? Are they going to go the HBO route of releasing week to week? Are they going to go maybe the Hulu route of, that's a little bit of an amalgamation where they drop like the first 3 episodes at once and then go week to week, which actually I think is kind of a bloody brilliant strategy, to be honest with you. Anyway, well, the mystery's now gone. TV Line is now reporting that Disney Plus is going to be releasing their episodes, which we sort of suspected. They're going to be releasing their episodes on a week-to-week basis. Not the way that I personally choose to consume, but the way I personally think is absolutely probably the right way to do. But you know, Rob, one other thing that came out about this that I have to admit gives me a little bit of a relief is that I've seen a few people online using the term binge stress. And I'd never heard of that before, but as I read a number of people online talking about this, and it makes sense. He goes, now, there is a little bit of a thing of binge stress that when a new show drops, you almost feel, like on Netflix, you almost feel a pressure to watch it as quickly as possible to be up to speed on what everybody else has seen and to avoid spoilers and people talking. Because I know I watched all of Mindhunter Season 2 in about 3 or 4 days. And I don't know that I would have done that had I not felt an incredible pressure from everybody who wants to talk to me about, about Mindhunter Season 2. There is a little bit of a binge stress as well. Anyway, long and short of it is, I think this is a good move for Disney Plus. I think this will help their shows gain traction if they're good. Because if they're crap, it doesn't make any difference. But if they're good, this will go a long way to getting people on board. Because if Mandalorian is great, by the time you get to week 4 of the fourth episode's out, and now you've had 4 solid weeks of everybody raving about Mandalorian, people are going to go, well, I guess I better sign up for this Disney Plus thing. It's going to help them out. I think, personally, Rob, this is a good move. How do you see it?
I think it's a fantastic move. I think one of the problems with our modern day is that we have a preponderance of riches. We have all of these things, and we binge these shows, like you very astutely pointed out. You binge Stranger Things Season 3, and then it's over. and you're on to the next. And as when we were growing up, we became fans of movies because we could watch them over and over again. They would marinate in our minds. When you're watching shows, I have found that some of my most enjoyable experiences watching shows lately, the Jack Ryan show on Hulu, or what is it, The Looming Tower? Was it called The Looming Tower? About
Man of the High? No,
the
High
one
Castle.
about the Jeff Daniels was in about the.
Right.
I think it was The Looming Tower, something like that, and the Man in the High Castle or Handmaid's Tale. I like the fact, or I was a fan of the show The Path that was on Hulu. I don't know why, but I was.
Oh, that was the kid from Breaking Bad.
Yeah, Aaron Paul. And when it's almost like it was a gift every week. Sometimes life would get in the way and you'd forget that you were watching these shows and you're like, oh my God, there's a new episode. And you could sit down for 45 minutes or 50 minutes. You didn't have to sit there for a half a day. And you could get this infusion and then you'd think about what happened for a while. You'd be like, oh, I wonder what's going to happen next week. And you could contemplate it and you'd have time to roll it around in your head. And I think ultimately it was, in a way, a more satisfying viewing experience because it would last longer. You'd think about it more. And then when you'd forget that a week had gone by, because life moves pretty fast, and if you blink, you might miss it. And then there's another episode, and it was another infusion of joy that you'd forgotten about, that you weren't expecting. And now, since we're going to have like 100 shows we want to watch now, having them spread out is helpful and fun. And I think it'll make us maybe even enjoy our shows more.
One of the little added benefits, and granted, this is very selfish, it's very myopic, but one of the other little benefits is this. I want to do a week-to-week Mandalorian after show, and you can't do that with Netflix shows. You can't do that, right? I want to have, definitely going to have a Mandalorian after show every single week. We're going to watch an episode, and we're going to do a live stream. We're going to talk about that damn episode, and you can do that with week-to-week stuff. You can get together with everybody and talk episode by episode, and I'm so stoked for this. I think it's a brilliant move. Question is, guys, what do you think about this? Do you think this is a smart move? Now, understand, if you're like me, you kind of like the binging thing, but separate that from what do you think was the smart move on their part. I actually think this was a smart move. Maybe you disagree. If so, let me know why. Jump down to the comment section below and let everybody know your thoughts. All right.